Not all tax savings are good decisions. Sometimes, in trying to reduce taxes, business owners end up creating pressure somewhere else in their business. Let me start with something that might sound counterintuitive. Saving on taxes can actually hurt your business. Now that sounds strange because most business owners are constantly looking for ways to reduce their tax bill. And in many cases, that's the right instinct. But what we've seen over the years is that not all tax savings are good decisions. Sometimes, in trying to reduce taxes, business owners end up creating pressure somewhere else in their business, especially when it comes to cash flow. And the challenging part is this usually doesn't show up immediately. It shows up a few months later when things start to feel tighter than expected. One of the main reasons this happens is because tax decisions are often made in isolation. The focus is on reducing taxable income, not necessarily on how that decision is going to affect the rest of the business. So the thinking becomes, how do I lower my taxes this year, instead of how does this decision affect my cash, my operations, and the next few months of the business. And when things aren't aligned, that's where problems start to show up. Let me share a situation we've seen more than once. A business is a strong year. Revenues up, profits look good, and towards the end of the year, they are told, you're going to owe a significant amount in taxes. So they decide to act. They purchase equipment, they bring forward expenses, they accelerate spending to reduce taxable income. And on paper, it works. Their tax bill goes down. Everything looks like a smart move. But when January and February come, cash is lower than expected. Revenue slows slightly, which is normal after a strong year, and suddenly the business feels tight. Payroll feels heavier, expenses feel more stressful, and the owner starts asking, why does this feel harder than it should? And this is where the distinction becomes really important. The tax strategy itself wasn't wrong, but the timing and the context weren't aligned with the business, because every tax decision has two sides. There is the tax outcome and there is the cash flow impact. And if you focus only on the tax outcome, you can miss what's happening operationally, and that's where the pressure comes from. And we see a similar pattern with retirement contributions. A business owner plans to contribute to a SEP IRA or a solo 401k IRA, which is a great strategy. It reduces taxable income, it builds long-term wealth, but often what happens is this: the contribution to the retirement account, it creates strain in the business. So now the owner is faced with a difficult choice. Do they follow through with the strategy and tighten cash, or they skip it and lose the tax benefit? Again, the strategy is sound, but the planning around it is missing. And when you step back, both of these situations point to the same issue. It's not about the tax strategy itself, it's about the misalignment. Tax decisions are being made without fully considering how they're going to impact the business in real time. And when that happens, the business starts to feel reactive instead of controlled. So the mindset shift we encourage is this: don't just ask, how do I reduce my taxes? Ask instead, how do I structure my decisions so that taxes, cash flow, and operations all work together? Because when the three of them are aligned, the business becomes easier to run. You reduce surprises, you reduce stress, and decisions. You make decisions with more confidence. This is where tax planning becomes less about a moment and more about a system. Instead of making decisions at year end, you're looking at your position throughout the year. You're making adjustments along the way and you're thinking ahead. So when decisions are made, they feel intentional, not reactive. So there's one idea you take away from this conversation. It's this: not all tax savings are good savings. The goal isn't just it's just not to reduce your tax bill. It's to make decisions that support the overall strength of your business. Because when tax strategy is aligned with cash flow and operations, you don't just save money, you build a business that's more stable, more predictable, and better positioned to endure.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For personalized tax strategies and expert guidance, scan the QR codes on your screen to visit our website or book a complimentary consultation with our team. Thanks for watching.